Psychology test 4. 1. A student's organized cluster of knowledge about how college professors are supposed to act is example of a B. Schema. 2. Decay theory suggests that forgetting is due to C. Memory traces fading with time. 3. The order of the basic memory processes in which information enters our memory system and is used later is C. Encoding, storage, and retrieval. 4. The work of researchers like Elizabeth Loftus on errors in memory suggests that memory is best viewed as a reconstruction of events. 5. 2 students took a memory test. 20 nouns were shown sequentially on a TV monitor. Mallory tried to think of rhymes for each word as it appeared on the monitor. Bailey tried to think of ways each word could be used in a sentence. Based on Craik and Lockhart's levels of processing theory, you should predict that A. Bailey will have better recall of the words because she used semantic encoding. 6. Tyler witnessed an automobile accident and heard one of the bystanders casually mention that the driver was probably intoxicated, even though the driver had not been drinking and had never crossed the center line. Because of this, Tyler tells the police officer investigating the accident that the car had been weaving all over the road. Tyler's faulty recall best illustrates what problem in memory construction. That would be A, the misinformation effect. 7. Which level of processing should result in the longest lasting memory codes? That would be B, semantic encoding. 8. Which of the following statements best reflects the current view of the repressed memories controversy? That would be B. We should be extremely careful about accepting recovered memories of abuse in the absence of corroboration. 9. Blank occurs when old information impairs the retention of newly formed information. That would be A. Proactive interference. 10. According to the serial position effect, subjects generally tend to show better recall for items blank of a list than for items blank. That would be A, at the beginning and end, as compared to in the middle. 11. Alan took 3 years of French in high school before switching to studying German in college. Since he's been learning German, he's noticed that he's forgotten a lot of his French vocabulary. His forgetting of French is most likely the result of D, retroactive interference. 12. Sarah is studying for her psychology exam and listening to the television. Studies on divided attention would suggest that C, she will experience a negative impact on her memory and not remember much of either the TV show or her studying. 13. Sensory memory, short-term memory, long-term memory comprise the 3 components of D, storage. 14. Nodes representing concepts joined together by pathways that link related concepts is referred to as D, a semantic network. 15. When encoding or when processing verbal information, if you focus attention on the sounds of words, you are engaging in B, phonemic encoding. 16. Austin cannot remember Jack Smith's name because he wasn't paying attention when Jack was introduced to him. Austin's poor memory can best be explained in terms of B, ineffective encoding. 17. Researchers asked university students to imagine certain childhood events, including a false event such as breaking a window with their hand. They discovered that B, it is surprisingly easy to lead people to construct false memories. 18. When you mentally picture the road between your house and school, you are relying on which component of working memory? That would be C, the visuospatial sketchpad. 19. When Loftus and Palmer asked observers of a filmed car accident how fast the cars were going when they smashed into each other versus hit each other, the observers developed memories of the accident that B, portrayed the event as more serious. There was broken glass than it was. 20. Interference effects on retention are greatest when the interfering learning is A, similar to the material to be remembered. Section 8 questions. 21. Which of the below is the best answer to the heredity versus environment question with respect to intelligence? That would be A. Heredity may set certain limits on intelligence, but environmental factors determine where we fall within those limits. 22. According to Robert Sternberg, IQ tests tend to focus narrowly on which of the following types of intelligence. That would be C, academic verbal. 23. Coleman is currently 30 years old. When he was 15 years old, he took the WISC and was told that his score was 110. If Coleman retakes the intelligence test now, the WACE, he would likely discover that his current IQ score is D, similar to his previous score of 110. 24. Correlations between IQ scores and school grades can best be characterized as A, moderately positive. 25. If a test accurately measures what it's designed to measure, that test is D, valid. 26. Research shows that IQ and occupational attainment, that is, for example, whether someone is a cashier at a convenience store or a brain surgeon, are D, positively correlated. 27. Since IQ scores are assumed to be normally distributed with the average adult IQ of 100, an IQ score of 100 would put you A, at the center of the normal curve. 28. From class, we know that the consensus among most experts in the area of intelligence is that the heritability of intelligence is A, around 50%. That was in the video lecture. 29. The man responsible for developing the first intelligence test designed to predict the school performance of children was C, Alfred Binet. Which of the basic kinds of problems require the problem solver to discover the relations among the parts of the problem? That would be B, inducing structure. 31. Which of the following appears to be the most responsible for racial, that is, for example, blacks and whites, differences in IQ? A, the relative advantages and disadvantages associated with growing up in rich versus impoverished environments. 32. Which of the following statements regarding differences in IQ is not supported by the research findings? That would be B. The average difference in IQ between minority groups and whites is largely a function of genetic factors. 33. A shortcut or rule of thumb or guiding principle used in solving problems or making decisions is D, a heuristic. 34. According to Robert Sternberg, intelligence can be divided into three major parts. These three components of intelligence are B, analytical, creative, and practical intelligence. 35. Gardner's view of intelligence suggests that a highly successful car salesperson would most likely to have high C, interpersonal intelligence. 36. If you tend to persist in using the same problem-solving strategy time after time, you are showing C, a mental set. 37. Joe has a horrible pain on his right side, a symptom that is prototypical of an appendicitis diagnosis. Even though he does not have any of the other symptoms of appendicitis, Joe is convinced he has it and goes to the emergency room. He is mortified to learn that he has a bad case of gas. Because Joe's error was based on the prototypicality of the symptom he did have, he relied on the B, representativeness heuristic. 38. Observing the similarities between a new problem to be solved and one you've successfully solved in the past is called B, searching for analogies. 39. The availability heuristic implies that people will blank the frequency of events that are easy to remember and blank the frequency of events that are hard to remember. That would be A, overestimate and underestimate. 40. Which barrier to problem solving are you overcoming when you use a piece of paperclip as a temporary replacement for the screw that fell out of your glasses? That would be B, overcoming functional fixedness.